Hello, this is Linda K. Black, and this is, I think, my fourth one on marriage, okay? I met somebody lately. They were married 32 years. 32 years. What's the secret of a happy marriage? First of all, it's God first. You have to marry somebody that believes like what you believe. And you talk about what kind of life you want to have a little bit. And you ask her what kind of life does she want. You could talk about that before you're married. Anyway, this couple was married 32 years, and the secret was team effort. Team effort. You know, when you're on a team, you have to help each other. And you marry somebody that you have to be friends first. You have to be friends, okay? And it's responsibility. When you get married, it's responsibility. And a few years ago, I came to Victoria and I joined a singles group, a Christian singles group, and it was really nice. I met a lot of nice people, and but we have to be very careful in going to singles groups because sometimes people in the group, they're dating each other, but they're not telling the other people in the group, you know. And we had this one minister at our church, and he was in charge of the singles, and he used to decide the singles get together. But sometimes all singles were going to go to the Buck Owens Crystal Palace. But, nobody showed up. Only my friend Ruth and I, we went there. And we told the young couple, those in charge of the singles group, go home. You have a babysitter watching your child right now. But if you want to start a singles group, the singles aren't dependable. No, they have to put their family first. They have to put the grandchildren first, rather than being at the singles group, a function. And I remember this one lady, she had the singles group, but there's younger people in the singles group and older people. I remember one time she got really mad, and she says, nobody ever wants her recipes. This is the worst class or group of people she and her husband ever taught this. We don't want her recipes. We all have our own. And also, we weren't dependable. She planned a party, but some of us, we have to take care of our family first, okay? But anyway, I did go to a single group, and it was good. And one time I met somebody, and I had prayed, and I was going to meet him at Value Village. And so it was the first time I was going to meet him. And so I was on the bus, and I guess I was praying out loud. And I didn't realize it. And I said, God, if you don't want me to meet him, put a stop to this. And at the moment I prayed that, the bus died. The city bus in Victoria died. And the driver got up and said, he heard me pray. He said, the bus died. He had been a bus driver for over 30 years. He never had the bus die. So anyway, I didn't meet him, man. But, pray about it and ask God's leading, okay? And I think singles groups are good, but you have to be very, very careful. In fact, the singles group was together, and they split it. They said, you know what? We're going to have another singles group. You can come this one and that one. So I went to the other one, but I have to be responsible for who I bring into that singles group. Be responsible. That was interesting. Be responsible. If I bring somebody into the singles group, I'm responsible for them. You have to be very, very careful who you meet, okay, and get together. But singles need other singles. But if you're looking for marriage, and the reason I'm doing this video is for Adam from church. It's time for him to get married. now at a certain age. But in Bakersfield, people marry young. The culture, they marry young. This young girl, she thought if she wasn't married by the time she was 20, she was a loser. No, other countries, sometimes they don't get married till they're 30. They spend from 20 to 30 getting your career, going to college, traveling the world, and doing things like that. But anyway, the secret to a marriage is communication is the most important thing. Communication. And then trust. Emotional. And you have to compromise. It's not always what you want or she wants. You have to take turns somehow, so both of you are happy. You have to have independence. And you have to be yourself. Marry somebody that you could be yourself. When I was in Montana a couple of weeks ago, I met a woman. She said, you have to marry somebody that you can be yourself. Be who you are. And you have to be able to forgive. A lot of couples I talk to about marriage, forgive. Like Roy Rogers and Dale Evans, they never went to bed mad. Never get mad. Get mad, but never get angry. Just let it go. Sometimes, is it really worth fighting? A lot of things. See, once you're all in love, and then you get married. And I was going to have this thing with Pat Boone's book about after the honeymoon is over. See, you're so in love, and then reality sinks in, And sometimes it's just everyday life. And you have to find somebody that you can get along with. That's important. And somebody that, and look at their face. You're going to be married to them maybe 20, 30, 40 years. And remember, and when you get married, always remember why you got married. A lady that was a principal of a school, she said, yeah, you need to remember why you got married. Never forget that. Never forget it. I think her and her husband have been married like 35 years. But the answer is being honest. And don't keep secrets from each other. Would you want to be married to somebody that doesn't tell you the truth? Okay. Forgiveness. And you have to have humor too. I used to think I didn't want to have to entertain somebody, but sometimes make each other laugh, right? You need humor. I have all these papers. But, building trust, just like that man that had the seminar at the Assembly of God Church. She does what he wants, and she does what he wants. They went to Disneyland every Friday night, listened to the bands, and she liked the ballet. He went to the ballet. He went with his wife to the ballet. So a lady the other day said to me, no, she didn't like that idea. You can still do what you want to do, but trust each other. But if your husband's going to go fishing every weekend, he'll meet. There's going to be other women up there. That's my opinion. Everybody has opinion. And don't argue all the time. Just let it go. Just let it go. Take a breath and calm yourself. Take a breath and calm yourself. Communication is the key. Older men used to say, happy wife, happy life. Happy wife, happy life. Make your wife happy, right? And a wife should make her husband happy too. And forgiveness. Respect each other. And always be there for each other. Especially when you're older. You're supposed to be help each other. And having good mental health helps. A secret to a happy marriage is get married. Okay, trust. Always trust. Put your wife first. This minister on Taft Highway in Bakersfield, California, he had a church. He really preached about Christ died for the church. Well, he died for everybody, right? Christ did. But love your wife. And build your life around your wife and your children. And if you're going to get married, talk about, do we want to have children? How many children? Talk about that before you're married and everything. But remember, who you are is what God made you. And everybody loves everybody. And we're all sinners saved by grace, okay? Jesus died for all our sins, and nobody's perfect. Nobody is perfect. Only Jesus was perfect. Nobody else. And meet a person in a good place. I still say, if you can, meet somebody at church, but make sure that they're a real Christian. They're not there just looking for a date, you know? But you can meet them anywhere. But freedom to be yourself.